Once upon a time in a quiet little house, a young girl waited eagerly by the front door every evening. She would stand there with hope in her eyes, just waiting for her father to come home from work. But her stepmother, cold and heartless, would glare at her and shout, "Move away! Your dad's time is money, not for worthless brats like you." The little girl, too scared to speak, would lower her head and quietly walk away. When the father came home, the stepmother's face would instantly change. She smiled sweetly and welcomed him with open arms. "Welcome home, love. Don't worry about anything. Just focus on your work. I'll take good care of our daughter," she would say. But the truth was far from it. At school one day, the little girl gathered the courage to ask, "Can Dad come see me at school?" The stepmother scoffed and snapped, "Your dad doesn't have time for trash like you. Every minute he works is worth money. Don't waste it with your nonsense." The girl's heart broke a little more each day, but she still held on to hope. One night, as the house was silent and the clock ticked past bedtime, the father noticed his little girl still awake. He quietly walked into her room. "Why are you still up, sweetheart?" he asked gently. The girl looked up with teary eyes and asked, "Dad, how much do you make an hour?" Surprised, he replied, $50 an hour. "Why do you ask?" Slowly, with trembling hands, the girl held out a small pile of coins. "I've saved up $20. Can I borrow 30 more? I want to buy 1 hour of your time so we can eat cake together. Tomorrow's my birthday." The father froze. His heart sank. He realized at that moment how distant he had become, buried in work, blinded by money, while his little girl silently craved his love. He knelt beside her and whispered, "Sweetheart, you don't ever need to buy my time. I'm so sorry." The girl smiled weakly and said, "It's okay. Stepmom said I'm not worth your time anyway." The father's heart shattered. That night, after his daughter had fallen asleep, he checked the home security cameras and saw everything. The cruel words, the harsh treatment, the loneliness his little girl had suffered. The next morning, he made a decision. He threw his wife's bags by the door and said coldly, "You're done. Get out." She exploded in anger. "I gave up everything for this house for you, and now you're throwing me out for that little brat?" He glared at her. "I worked like a machine and never noticed the snake poisoning my daughter under my own roof. That's on me, but no more." Furious, she shouted, "You'll come crawling back to me." But he calmly shut the door in her face. That evening, something beautiful happened. The father and daughter sat together on the floor of their small living room. No fancy dinners, no distractions, no cold walls between them. Just the two of them, a small birthday cake, and the warmth of love. They laughed, they talked, and for the first time in a long time, there were no lies, no pain, just peace. Because some things are worth far more than money: love, time, family, kindness, and the greatest gift a parent can give is to be there.